All right, y'all. We are currently walking into day 2 of Heroes Con. I got Rick with me.
Yo, yo, yo!
Yo, yo, yo.
Spider-Man!
So Rick.
Oh, we're actually being serious.
What your favorite part of day 1 of Heroes Con?
Day 1, just seeing all the people come in, get ready, get excited for the show. That was really neat. Starting to meet a bunch of artists, creators, and writers. That was awesome as well. And you know what? Heroes Con is just the best con you can go to.
I totally agree, Rick. So yeah, we're gonna meet up with the other guys. And yeah, so here it is. Here's the convention center. We're gonna go find the other guys. We're walking in. Heroes Con, day 2.
We're about to die, though.
We're about to die. We're gonna get hit by cars, but you know. So day 2 of Heroes Con is underway. I know I had a blast yesterday. Yesterday I kind of just got the lay of the land, you know.
What was your best thing you got yesterday?
The best thing I got yesterday was meeting Klaus Janson. Klaus Janson was one of the people ever. I'm actually gonna talk to him more. Yeah, he was super nice guy. But yeah, Klaus, the best. What about you, Rick?
Let's see. I met the guys from Resolute Bliss. I'm telling you, they're funny. They're great to hang around. They've always got something to say. No, I got that Matt Wilson exclusive. I liked it. I love that Frankenstein cover he did. So I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, the guys from Resolute Bliss, they're pretty cool, huh? Yeah, they got some. I like them too. They got some.
That tall bald guy's funny.
That tall bald guy is funny. the short ginger guy's okay too.
Well, the other Resolute Bliss guy was asking the tall bald guy to borrow his comb, and he was being serious. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. He's asking a tall bald guy to borrow a comb. Not that bright, huh? But yeah. So you know how it is. We're here at Heroes Con. This is the main line for people to get in. But we got that exhibitor, so we can go straight in. So yeah, we're gonna get back with you when we get into there. All right, guys. All right, guys. We are going down the escalator to.
Look at all those people!
Look at all the people. Going down. Resolute Bliss is in the building. We are in the building. This is a nice place. I've actually never been here before.
This is actually one of the best cons. This is one of the best cons that there is. You have so many creators. You miss a lot of the pop culture stuff, like the bigger cosplayers and things like that. But from a creator standpoint, you just can't beat it. Hey, how's it going?
It's great. I love it here. So yeah, guys, when you walk in here, our booth is right over here. We're gonna walk up on the other guys, see what these fools are up to.
You think they're sleeping? Do they put out the other stuff? You think, no.
No, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to put everything out because
look at all the comics you got in.
Look at all this entire place. Nothing but comic books and comic book creators, people, and everything. Obviously, we are just a couple minutes away before the show officially opens.
For VIPs,
VIPs get in at 9.
There's McKay. Look at that.
Oh,
there's
my
a
God.
celebrity.
We have
You
McKay.
can't beat a bigger celebrity than that.
Shit. Hey, love you, buddy. Oh, there's Rico. All right, let's see what these guys are up to over at the booth. See if they're slacking or if they are indeed doing what they're supposed to be doing.
All right, I'll give your microphone back. I got to do a little work.
Alrighty. I'm going to give it to Brad.
Well, I'm still setting up.
Brad, real quick, what was your favorite day of part 1 for day 1? What was your favorite thing on day 1?
Man, it's so overwhelming. So many people here. So good. I guess that was the debut of all my comics and actually selling them to people. So that was great. That was
awesome.
Selling them to animals before?
If they had money, yes.
If they had money? Okay. All right, well, that's cool. All right, guys, we're going to get the rest of this set up, and then we'll get back here later. Yo, what is going on, Knoxville Comic Collective? We are out here at Heroes Con, North Carolina, guys. This is where we're at. We're at Heroes Con 2025. Walking on in, it's your boy Mac. I'm also here with my friends at Resolute Bliss Publishing. I'm gonna start over there and we will see where they're at. I know they're over here, so we'll go say hi to them. But yeah, guys, I didn't get to do anything yesterday because it was really busy. I was trying to get the lay of the land. Just, you know, didn't really have time to like do any like vlogging things or anything. So, but yeah, we're here at Heroes Con. We are walking around for a little bit. The VIPs are in, and they are. What's up? How you doing, man?
Good.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too. I finally made a little lap around.
Yeah, hey guys, this is my buddy Raul, who I met yesterday. Where's your booth at for people who may be watching?
Yeah, so we're in, I believe it's in the 1900s. I believe it's 1956, if I'm not mistaken. It's somewhere around there. But you go down the main hall, all the way down to 1900, and
Yeah.
right on the right-hand side.
Got you, man. Appreciate you, dude.
See you later.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you too. All right, guys. Yeah, we are heading on back over here. That was cool. I bought some Daredevil books from him yesterday. Super cool, dude. Looks like the people are finally starting to come on in. You got the music going. I'm gonna go scare Rick. That's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go scare Rick. Scare Rick and see. This is our booth partner. He's really cool. He has a lot of Legos. And wow, people are lining up for someone. I don't know who they're lining up for.
Yeah.
What's going on, Rick?
I don't have my microphone.
That's fine.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm just doing one for mine.
Oh.
So yeah.
What's going on, Mac?
Not much, man.
You having fun?
I'm having a blast.
What you doing? What you seeing?
Just walking around, getting the lay of the land. Oh yeah.
All right,
Some Daredevil stuff. I will be back with you in a little bit, man.
Actually, can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, what do you
I
need?
want you to take a picture.
Of course. So yeah, this is the Resolute Bliss publishing booth. This is where I'm at, guys. This is where I'm hanging out this week. We got the Resolute Bliss Moonblade tour book, which is all by Brad. And then we got Rick's book over here with that really nice cover by our buddy Les Garner. Got all sorts of cool stuff here. So yeah, guys, if you are in Charlotte, North Carolina, come check out Resolute Bliss. Freaking great stuff going on here in North Carolina. We are continuing Heroes Con Day 2. Just hanging out at the booth for a while. Guys, they are hanging out. They got all their stuff. The boys. I'm gonna go walk around for a little bit, take you guys with me, see what's going on, see how everything else is going for the con. Heroes Con has been amazing. It's our buddy Matt Wilson. You see it's starting to get real busy in here. So these people are all in line for Adam Hughes, who's like right there, I believe. We're gonna kind of go around for a little bit, guys. See what we got. Sorts of cool stuff. Oh, there he is. Jimmy Palmiotti's right there. I met him yesterday. He was super nice. I actually ran into him earlier today. He was a really nice guy. So, ooh, we got some cool stuff over here. Some cool.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. Hey, look at these. These are cool. I actually haven't been over to this side yet, so we got the Ghostbuster car. That's really cool, guys, huh? And then, yeah, there's another one. This is really cool. Ooh, we got some Star Wars stuff. We got the 501st Legion. It's a group of Star Wars cosplayers. There's our Spider-Man guy. No. Yeah, guys. So, Heroes Con is going great. Got the, over here. This is where they do all the, so, yeah. The Marines over here. I'll probably try that later. See what I can do. Alright, we got all artists over here. Sorts of cool stuff. These guys over here. It's the guys at Felix Comic Art. These guys are great. It's like Daniel Warren Johnson's right over there. No. That is Daniel Warren Johnson. Yesterday, he was amazing. I had to wait in line for like 2 hours, but it was worth it. It's worth it. We're gonna see who's all over here. Shaq, Keith Williams. There's cool stuff over here. Crap, here we go. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? How you doing? I'm actually vlogging right now, so I'm just letting you know you're on the thing. Guys, if you're at Heroes Con, this is my buddy Rob Rettiano. Come check him out. Check it out. Rob has awesome stuff. Pause this real. All right. Just got done talking to my buddy Rob Rettiano. He's a super cool dude. Ooh, this is where they have all of them. So you got Dan Jurgens, Scott Hanna.
Just having barriers for people.
There is John Romita Jr.'s over there somewhere.
That's way back there.
They have a lot of people here. Oh my God, look, the junior line. Good Lord. They got Chris Claremont. They have everyone over there. Yeah, guys, this is absolutely insane. I love it. I love it. They got people lining up for everything. There's Roy Thomas. Start walking down. Doctor supplies. Let's go see what we got going on. Righty. I'm gonna go see some of the boys, see where they're at. No, a lot of cool comic booths. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. They got artists. Let's see what we got going on. See if anyone I recognize is drawing up here. They're doing. Let's see who's drawing up here. This is the kind of stuff you do not see at other conventions at all. And then you have all the original art that's going up for auction tonight.
There's Ohio.
More artists over here. You see a little bit of a nice break in the crowd right here. I like that. Let's go see who's up here. It's really cool. Lots of awesome stuff here, guys. This is Heroes Con 2025. Guys, this is absolutely insane. We have Painted Dragon. I've seen these guys here. I've seen this guy. He's really cool. He has a lot of like painted artwork. I didn't see him over here. Looks like he's away from the booth right now, but those are all painted. Oh yeah, guys, the bread and butter comic books. That's what we got. It's comics, comics, comics. Nothing but comics. And it looks like someone's gonna start talking now over the intercom, so that's gonna be not fun. Yeah, guys, we'll see if I'm around here. Yeah, we're just kind of walking through, guys. Walking through. These are all priced as marked. Go. Straight for the D's. Let's see what we got. Cool. Ooh, that's a cool one. I like that cover. I'm gonna have to come back for that one. Let's see, let's go over here. It's like this is some of the more stuff I'm looking for up here in the Frank Miller area of stuff. Right. Check these out, guys. This is the kind of stuff you find at Heroes Con. Digging, digging, digging. That's a good one right there. Oh, they got two of them. Nice. Daredevil, Daredevil, Daredevil. That's a good one. I actually need another. Every copy of this is always so sun-faded for some reason. Have this one back at the house. It's a good one. I might grab that. I definitely need it.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to some of these and finish up my run. Yeah, all the good ones. That's the some more Daredevils. I got this one signed by Klaus Janson earlier. That was one of the ones. A lot of these I actually ended up getting signed by Klaus Janson. It's a nice copy. All right. I'm definitely gonna have to come back later. Probably grab some of those. Let's see what we got going on down here. Actually, let's go the other way. There's a lot of people that way. What we got going on? Yeah. There are comics. Got going on. So everybody's at Epicos. Rebel Base Comics and Toys.
I mean, they're just reading that.
Alright, guys. Comics everywhere, guys. This is the mecca of comics. Some trouble. Alright. Let's keep going.
Hey, do you want lunch or there's a really good ice cream place?
See, now this is the kind of stuff I love about Heroes Con. As soon as you walk through these main doors, you are greeted right by the information booth. That's where you can find out where all of your favorite artists are and what booth they're going to be at. So yeah, they got all sorts of cool stuff. Let's go take a gander down here. I know there's some cool stuff. I'm gonna try to find a large of that later. Let's see what we got going on. And yes, guys, all this convention is comics. This is a true comic book, and it is amazing. It's the mecca of comics. Yeah, going on. There are comics everywhere. Some boxes and boxes and boxes of short boxes, and more comics. That's all you get. This right here is what I am looking for.
I guess it's a magazine. I
Let's see what we got.
don't know if they have an event schedule in the back.
I know, we're going down.
They don't have the first Frank, do they? Oh, not seeing it.
They're my autistic.
We have made our way over to the other side of the convention. Lots of great people over here. So, there's the homie Deegan. There's the homie Deegan Pukoris, however you say his name. Say Deegan's name, his last name right? I can't, and you can't, so don't even try. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, guys, if you are not familiar with Deegan's art, you need to check him out, because he is freaking awesome. So yeah. Let's continue walking around. Just walking and walking and walking. Comics, 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 and more comics. There's so many comics in this place. Like, holy crap. Look at that. That's John Jang right there.
I was like, I don't
Here's where Jenny Frizen's gonna be. My buddy Klaus Jansen's booth is right over there. Guess he's taking his lunch break. Jansen is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to him. I got a lot of good stuff signed by him, so super happy with that. I'll have to show you guys the stuff I picked up for that. But yeah, I'm just kind of getting some. Yeah, guys, there are artists everywhere. This is insane. Ooh, check this out. We got all of those guys. It's super cool. Heck yeah, that was awesome. Super cool. Yeah. So really cool stuff. You will not see it at any other convention. You will only see this stuff at Heroes Con. Because yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, well, that's because it had animation.
We got Joshua Middleton over here. Just really cool stuff.
Sell it on sure. I'm just gonna come to I guess I'm here. I'm the oldest one until Franklin's not here. Hey, you
Yeah, guys, this place is amazing. We're gonna try to go sneak up on my buddy Andy Gordon. There's Jay Lee. I think Andy's over here. Yeah, there he is. Go behind Andy. Yeah. What's up? I'm doing vlogging shit. So, what's up, guys? This is my buddy Andy Gordon, Frankie Langley, my other buddy Matt. These guys are great. Yep. Yeah, what you? Ooh, Scarlet Witch. I love that. That's awesome.
Give her a follow at
Yeah, what's the follow?
birdwitchstudio.art.
Heck yeah. Give Andy a follow at Andy Gordon Art.
and also Frankie Langley Comics.
Yeah, Frankie Langley Comics.
Matt Styles.
And Matt Styles. Okay, guys, yeah.
Want to check out the
Let's
sticky
check
notes?
them out. Let's check them out. So they got sticky notes. Andy is the sticky note king. The king of stickies. That did not sound right. I'm probably going to edit that out.
Sticky King is
Sticky note guy.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
I'm leaving that in now just because the sticky king. I'm going to clip that. The sticky king.
Flip it.
A little bit.
So if I give one of these to the auction, which one do you think I should give back?
If you were going to give one to the auction, I
don't know
would
if that means
go.
it's your favorite or if that means it's your least favorite. So yeah.
No. I'm like straight up with how popular. I would go with probably one of the Fantastic Four ones.
Oh, yeah?
Just because of that movie coming out. So I'd probably either go The Thing or Mr. Fantastic. But you could also do Venom.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no wrong answer. So,
Jim Rugg said he liked this Venom.
I mean, if Jim Rugg likes it, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess you're gonna go with the Venom then. I guess you gotta go with the Venom. All right, guys. Of course. Anything else you guys want to say?
Say hello to the Resolute Bliss for us.
Of course.
Yeah. The guys over there.
Yep. We will. All right, guys. Thank you. So yeah, guys, this is comic book Mecca. It's great. I love it. Language. So yeah, telling you, if you're not at Heroes Con, you need to come to the amazing. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, you just watched some of the footage that I took from Heroes Con, guys. I am back from Heroes Con, and oh my God, you guys. That was literally the best weekend of my life. You have no idea. Guys, if you don't know what Heroes Con is, it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's literally just 3 full days of the biggest, best comic book convention out there. I was lucky enough to be able to go with my friends from Resolute Bliss. We were pushing the books out and telling people who Resolute Bliss is. Guys, it was great. Thank you, Rick and Brad, for allowing me to come with and work with you guys. I really enjoyed my time. Jeremy, I enjoyed hanging out with you, getting to know you as well. So yeah, guys, now that you got a little bit of an idea of Heroes Con, you watched a little bit of the footage that I took. Sorry, it's kind of sporadic. I just kind of filmed when I could, you know. I wanted to do a lot more, but there was just a lot of moving parts to Heroes Con, so it was very kind of hard to film, but hopefully you enjoyed what you saw of the con. So, now that I'm back, let's talk about some of the things that I brought to get signed with me, and let's talk about the pickups. And I'm going to end it with a really, really, really special story of something that happened to me. Definitely my favorite thing that happened all of Heroes Con. So let's go real quick with some of the things I brought to get signed. So first up, I brought this amazing Absolute Batman issue number 1. Got it signed by Nick Dragotta. Guys, Nick Dragotta was awesome. He was such a nice guy. I'm so glad I actually got to meet him. It was actually kind of hard to get to meet him. I kept trying to meet him Friday, tried to meet him Saturday, but his lines were just so long. I eventually got to meet him Sunday, because when we got there, I told the guys, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go get in line for Nick Dragotta so I can get this Absolute Batman signed. Yeah, and Jeremy actually sent me with one of his things to get signed, so he didn't have to stand in line. So it all worked out in the end. Everyone got what they wanted signed by Nick Dragotta. Next up, I'm going to switch these. So next up, I got these, I got Daredevil number 1 signed by Jimmy Palmiotti. Guys, this was already signed by Joe Quesada when I met Joe Quesada about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, super awesome to add Jimmy Palmiotti to this book. I also added Jimmy Palmiotti to issues 3. Love this issue, just classic issue of Daredevil hugging the cross. I love this issue, so super awesome to add Jimmy Palmiotti's signature to this book. And then I also added Jimmy's signature to issue number 8, which is this awesome cover that also has Spider-Man on it. And yeah, I just absolutely love this issue. So, super awesome issue. Then I got to meet the one, the only Daniel Warren Johnson. So I actually got Daniel Warren Johnson to sign this, guys. Daniel Warren Johnson, also Jimmy Palmiotti. Let me go back. Jimmy Palmiotti was super nice. I absolutely loved talking to him. He was actually a little bit shocked that I already had Joe Quesada's signature, and he asked me, he's like, how did you get his signature? I'm like, oh, well, we had Joe Quesada's at my LCS Nirvana Comics a couple weeks ago, and he's like, yo, that's sick, I gotta come out there. So who knows? Next up, I met Daniel Warren Johnson, and guys, Daniel Warren Johnson is truthfully one of the nicest people I've ever met. Our conversation wasn't super long, but not that it needed to be, but he was just one of the most down-to-earth creators I've met. He was just such a nice guy. I told him, I asked him, I said, Daniel, how is Transformers still this good all these issues later? And he laughed and said, dude, I have no fucking idea. So I thought that was pretty funny that he was like, yeah, I have no idea why this is so good, or still as good as issue number 1. Because guys, this series is amazing. If you haven't read it, you definitely need to. It is freaking awesome. So, and also, if you see down here, I also got Mike Spicer to sign this, and I also picked up from Mike Spicer, I actually picked up the Beta Ray Bill trade paperback, because it was on his, you know, it was on his table, and I wanted to buy something from him, and I've actually wanted this trade. I just, you know, I figured, it's here. I might as well just go ahead and pull the trigger and get it. I've read this story. Guys, this story is actually amazing. So if you haven't read Beta Ray Bill by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer, you definitely should, because it's awesome. So I picked up this trade, had him sign it. Guys, Mike Spicer was absolutely awesome. Super nice guy. I actually ran into him at the elevator leaving the convention when we were tearing down our booth, and he was super friendly. He remembered me. He's like, hey Mac, how's it going? And me and him chatted while we were in line for the elevator. So yeah, Mike, I absolutely love you, man. I hope you're doing well. Hope you made it back home safe. So yeah, guys, Mike Spicer, super awesome dude. Going back to Daniel Warren Johnson, I also had him sign his The Moon is Following Us issue number 1. This is actually the cover that he did, okay? This is the cover that he did. So yeah, guys, The Moon is Following Us is one of his best works, in my opinion, so far. Moving along, I also picked up, it's called Sidekick for Hire. This is by my new friend, Christian Herrera. And guys, this book's awesome. Like, Christian is a newer writer. He's been around for a little bit, but I got to meet him, and yeah, I just wanted to pick up an indie artist and support them, an indie writer per se, because Christian writes this. And guys, this has some super good, just superhero stuff in it. And so, yeah, guys, if you're not familiar with Christian, definitely go check him out. He's such a nice guy. I'm so glad I actually got to meet him. They also came with these little cards in here, so I thought that was super cool. So yeah, Christian, man, I love you, dude. You are awesome. Keep up the good work. But yeah, guys, if you're not familiar with him, definitely check his stuff out. You will not be disappointed. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, and all the social medias. He's freaking awesome. So definitely check Christian Herrera out. I will post his I'll have his links below just because I want to actually support him. So I want more people to find out more about him because I think he's such a nice guy. So those are some of the books I brought to get signed. Moving along, let's do this. Okay. So here are the rest of the books I got signed. So guys, as you already know, I am the Daredevil guy. So when I found that Klaus Janson was going to be at Heroes Con, I freaked out. And I had the hardest time figuring out what I was going to get sent. Sorry, the cat was trying to jump up on the table. What's up, buddy? So if you see the cat, congratulations, you get a special guest appearance by my cat Mando. But guys, so you know what? I'm actually gonna save the Klaus Janson stuff for last. So yeah, we're gonna put a pause on that, and I'm gonna save the Klaus Janson stuff for last, just because I want to save the best for last. Well, you know what I mean. There's a really special story with that. So, all right. So now we're gonna get back to that. So we're definitely gonna get back to that. So moving along, that was a lot of the stuff that I brought to get signed. So now we're gonna move into the pickups. So I've had a couple of my friends already reach out. They're like, yo, did you pick up anything cool at Heroes? And by golly, I did. So now, another shocker, I didn't actually pick up anything really besides Daredevil stuff in that Beta Ray Bill and that Sidekick trade by my buddy Christian. But I was also able to stop by and hang out with my friend Deegan Pukaris, or however you say his last name. I don't know how to say it. You don't either, so don't even try. But yep, I went and hung out with my buddy Deegan. This is his brand new, I don't know if it's showing up here well at all, but this is his brand new, actually I'll just do this. You'll be able to see it better if I take it out. But yeah, this is his brand new Something is Killing the Children foil cover for issue number 42. Guys, he freaking killed it on this cover. Guys, Deegan is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. So these are still available at his website. So if you guys want to grab one of these for yourself, he also has a trade dress, which is not foil, and it has the logo for Something is Killing the Children. But this is the virgin foil, and I had to pick this up as soon as I saw it. I knew I was going to pick it up. I always have to support Deegan and everything he does. He's such a good dude. So guys, if you're not familiar with Deegan's work, definitely check him out, guys. You will not be disappointed. He is an absolutely stellar dude. Can't say enough good things about Deegan. And then when I was leaving, I was talking to him that I met his buddy Christian, and he did a variant for Sidekick. So he gave me this one. He just said, hey, here you go, man. Signed it. And like an idiot, I forgot to go back and get Christian to sign also on it, like an idiot. But, you know, there's always the next time I see Christian. So, but thank you, Deegan. Hopefully I'll see Christian again sometime soon and just be like, yo, I'm an idiot. Please sign this book that Deegan gave me. So, yeah, guys, super awesome. All right. Now, we're moving into the Daredevil stuff, which picked up some good shit. So, okay. First up, I found both of these Alex Maleev books in, like, dollar bins. So, picked up the Daredevil Man Without Fear issue 31. It's a really cool cover. And then I also picked up issue number 40, just from that same series. It's Alex Maleev, super awesome artist. He was actually there. I unfortunately was not able to make it over to his table to get these signed, because when I went over there, he was on break, and I never was able to get back around to it. But nonetheless, I think these were $1 or $2 a piece, I can't remember, but either way, great pickups. Hopefully I can get these signed one day by Alex. So, super great pickups. So we'll put those there. Then I picked up the original Daredevil issue 38. This is just that classic Doctor Doom cover. Super awesome cover. Absolutely love it. Had to grab it. Got it for a pretty good deal, I thought. You know, obviously it's in rough condition, but when it comes to the Daredevil stuff, I'm not really too concerned about condition and all of that. I just, you know, it's just not something I'm super concerned with. I typically just, if it's a good price and the cover presents well, it's just because I want the book, you know what I mean? As a Daredevil collector, I just want the book. So, pretty cool there. Then I picked up Daredevil issue 236. Super great cover. Just another awesome Daredevil cover that I got for a really decent steal. Really love this book. Great cover. Definitely going to go in a comic capsule and go up on the wall at some point. As with all these Daredevil books, eventually these will be on the Daredevil wall. So yeah, super awesome cover there. Got a really good deal on that one. Next up, and like I said, we're kind of jumping around with the numbers. I don't have these in any order. Next up, we have Daredevil 75. Just another really, really good Daredevil cover that I just couldn't say no to. I've been recently trying to get a lot of the older Daredevil stuff, the pre-hundreds, you know? So, anything from, you know, the earlies to about 100 I've been trying to get more of. Just that classic, like, Silver Age Daredevil. So, yeah, guys, super happy with this one. Got another really good steal on this one. So, really awesome. That's the cool thing about Heroes Con, too, is you get all of the really good deals on Sunday. So, I got most of these books on Sunday. So, a lot of these books were things I found on Sunday. And just got really good deals on them. So, next up, we have Daredevil 63. Just another really cool cover. This has the this is the Gladiator, one of the Gladiator issues. So yeah, I've actually really been kind of going after covers that have the Gladiator on it, because I think he's just a cool character. But yeah, just another good Daredevil book that I got a really good deal on. So this is issue, like I said, 63. This one's actually in pretty good condition, so really happy about that. Definitely going to display very nicely. Moving along, we have issue 145. This was just another one of those where I got a good deal on it, and the cover for this book is awesome. So 145, couldn't pass up on it, had to pick it up. Really, really great book right there. Absolutely love it. So, let's see, what else do we got? Okay, so here's one that I picked up at the convention. I actually did end up getting signed at the convention. This is Daredevil 130. So this is just a really, really sick cover. I've actually been looking for this book for a while. I was able to find it from a dealer who I actually became friends with. His name was Raul. So Raul, if you're watching, dude, thank you so much for the hookup on this one. And I was actually able to get it signed by Klaus Janson, because he was the cover, he did work on the cover and the interior. So awesome. And more on that Klaus Janson stuff later. But yeah, so yeah, guys, super awesome book. I was super happy to get this signed by Klaus Janson. So there we go. There is Daredevil. I just can't stop looking at this one. This is Daredevil 130, and it was in really good condition. So once again, thanks, bro. Raul, if you're watching, thanks a lot, buddy. I really appreciate that one. He was actually, if you saw him, if you watched the beginning of the video, he's actually in it real briefly. So, kind of taking a break from the comics. Rick and I were walking around and we were just talking to different artists, and I found a guy named Victor Faro, who I follow on Instagram. And, you know, I introduced myself. I was like, hey man, I follow you on Instagram. I really like your art. So this is actually his art book. And of course I went with the Daredevil cover. Are you surprised? No, you should not be surprised if you were watching this video. Of course I went with the Daredevil cover, but yeah, this is his art book. So I already looked through it, guys. If you're not familiar with Victor, follow him, because his art is freaking sick. So yeah, super happy to add this little art book to my collection, especially because it has a really sweet Daredevil cover on it. So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. All right, going back to the comics. Okay, and these are still all the stuff I picked up at the show. So I'm going to rearrange these a little bit because I'm going to save one for later. But yeah, so again, more Daredevil, you guys. So the next thing I picked up was, excuse me. Hang on, let me grab a drink. Excuse me. All right, that's good. So the next thing I picked up was Daredevil 165, you guys. Yes, this is one of those issues from the Frank Miller run that I was missing. So that was kind of my goal, was to pick up the rest of the Frank Miller run while I was there. So Frank Miller's issue, Daredevil 165, super awesome cover with Dr. Octopus on the cover and them fighting. So Daredevil and Dr. Octopus fighting. Can't go wrong with that cover. So it's the Frank Miller run. I was trying to complete it, which is what all of these are going to be, by the way. So these are all the Frank Miller stuff that I picked up. Next up, I picked up Daredevil 172. This is like the... I don't remember exactly what this issue is, but it's an issue that has Bullseye on the cover. Bullseye and Kingpin are on the cover. Super awesome book. Obviously super happy to add it to the collection. It's also like in super good condition. A little bit of spine tearing there, but I'm not really concerned about that. To be honest, I just want it in my collection. All right. Next up, we have Daredevil 159. This is that really cool cover where he is fighting underwater. Super cool. Absolutely love this cover. Guys, for some reason, I don't know about you, but this book is like really, really hard to find in high grade for whatever reason. And I was lucky enough to find it in really good condition for a really good steal. So super happy to add this book to the collection. Finally found one that is in a decent condition. All the ones I found before have had like a major like tear somewhere on the cover, so super happy to find this book finally. Next up, we got Daredevil 164. This is kind of like the retelling of Daredevil's origin from the Frank Miller, from the Frank Miller Klaus Janson run, and I was able to bring this back over to Klaus and get him to sign it. So thank you once again, Klaus. More on that later. But yeah, super great book, super great cover, really nice condition, really nice condition. All right, so I'm gonna move these over here. We are still going with the pickups, you guys. Still kicking butt. All right. Let's see, let's do this one first. Let's do this one next. All right, so next up I got Daredevil 226 with just an amazing David Mazzucchelli cover. Super awesome. Just a great issue of Daredevil. It's also written by Frank Miller. So I'm kind of trying to do everything that Frank Miller has done on Daredevil, and he wrote this issue. So, heck yeah. So, of course, I was going to pick it up, and of course, once again, got a really good deal on it. So, sweet. Next up, we got Daredevil 173. Like I said, these are jumping all around. I don't have these in any sort of order to show you. But yep, Daredevil 173. Another just awesome book. Awesome cover. Got a good deal on it. Great condition. Nothing, just a little bit of spine roll. But like I said, I'm really not too worried about the condition of things. I just, want the books in my collection, especially if they're Daredevil. So, super happy to add this one to the collection. Yeah. All right. Moving along, we have Daredevil 174. This is the first appearance of the Hand. Got another really good deal on this one, and this specific copy is very, very, very minty, if I do say so myself. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me if it is, but with something being this clean, I had to pick up this copy. And this dealer, I actually picked up several of these books that I showed you from. So yeah, super happy. Those guys were super awesome. I can't remember what their name was, but I have their card. So hopefully I see these guys again, because every book that this dealer had was minty. Very, very minty. So really, really happy about that. Okay, so yeah, that's another one I picked up. Next up, another book I picked up at the con was Daredevil 158. And if anyone knows the significance of this book, it's because it is the first time Frank Miller wrote Daredevil. This is the start of the Daredevil, this is the start of the Daredevil by Frank Miller run. Very first issue in this run. Great cover. This was another one that I got just for what I figured, what I thought was an absolute steal, considering the condition on the book. I mean, if you can see, it is very, very clean. Hopefully it shows up. I'm doing my best to kind of give all angles so I don't get too much light glare. So yeah, that was another one of the pickups that I just could not pass up. All right, let's see. Okay, so now I know what you're thinking. Okay, Mac, did you get any big boy books? And yes, I did get some big Daredevil keys. So, first up, the first major key that I got and it was funny because this is a book that when I went to the con, I got there and I thought to myself, it would be really nice to come home with that book. Probably not going to happen, but it'd be nice to. It'd be nice to, but I wasn't expecting to come home with this book. Alright. Enough of the teasing. Yes, guys, I picked up the first appearance of Bullseye for an absolute steal. So this book is just absolutely incredible. This is one that I have wanted for a while. And yeah, I got an absolute steal on this book. It does have one little issue. The centerfold is detached, but that is not a deal breaker for me, especially at the price that I got it for. Not a deal breaker at all. So, not a deal breaker at all. It's going to display really nice. And like I said, I'm just really happy to add this book to the collection. So yeah, super happy with this one. So yeah, first appearance of Bullseye is now in the collection. That feels good to say. That feels good to say. But there's another key that I also picked up for Daredevil. Okay, what could the next key that I picked up be? Now this is a very, very significant issue. This is none other than Daredevil 16. This is the first John Romita Sr. work on Spider-Man. So, guys, this book is incredible. For how old this is and for what I paid for this, I am absolutely blown away that I was able to get this book for what I paid for it. And this is one that I've wanted in my collection for a while, but it was kind of one of those, it's like, probably never gonna afford it. Same with the first Bullseye. So here are the two big keys that I picked up at Heroes Con. So these are the two big ones. Okay, so now, remember at the beginning of the video, I said something about this segment of the video. I said something about, more on Klaus Janson later. So here we are. So guys, like I said, I really, really went to this con to meet Klaus Janson because of how much of a fan I am of his work. So here is the stuff that I brought. I did not buy this stuff at the convention. Here's the stuff that I brought for Klaus Janson to sign. So first up, I brought Daredevil 175 to get signed. Of course, just a really, really good, really, really good cover, really awesome. So yeah, and I brought a lot of stuff for that guy to sign. And luckily, he is one of the nicest people I have ever met. Of course, had to get this one signed. This is a big issue, Daredevil and Punisher, signed by Klaus Janson, of course. Next up, I got Daredevil 185, just a really, really classic cover. Really good action pose. Love this cover. Again, signed by Klaus Janson, of course. Next up, I got this one. It is signed by Klaus Janson. This is actually the Death of Stick. So, Death of Stick, really great cover. Love it. Again, signed by Klaus Janson. Next up, I have the Resurrection of Elektra, signed by Klaus Janson. Another just fantastic cover. So, fantastic cover, fantastic book, fantastic run by Klaus Janson and Frank Miller. All right, we're getting into kind of the bigger ones now. So, okay, I got this one signed. This is issue 179, guys. This is just a really awesome issue. Love this issue, love this cover. Now, the thing that's really cool about this book is there is actually a panel in this book that I absolutely love. It's right at the beginning of the story where they go into a movie theater and they come up behind him and they get stabbed. So they get stabbed. So I was telling Klaus that I actually really like that scene and I think it's just drawn so well. and he told me a bunch of stuff about it, gave me an interesting little introspective on it, said, you actually can't see the blade because of the comics code. So I went back, we opened it up right there. I was like, yeah, let's open it up and look at it. And he showed me, no, you actually never see the blade. It is just definitely, hinted that, this person got stabbed in the movie theater. And I think it's just a brilliant scene of someone getting stabbed, which kind of makes me sound like a psychopath now that I think about it. Fuck. Well, moving on. Let's move on. Next up, I got The Death of Elektra. This is the classic battle between Bullseye and Elektra. And guys, I mean it when I say this. This issue is the pinnacle of action scenes in comics. Every panel in this issue is just action-packed, and this is the way. This should be the starting point for every action scene in comics. If you are thinking about writing a comic, use this book as a reference for your action because it is brilliant, okay? The action in this is brilliant, and I mean this when I say this. Like, this issue is one of my top favorite issues of all time. I love this issue. So yes, Death of Elektra, amazing issue. If you haven't read it, seriously, go online, read this issue. Do what you have to read this issue because the action in this specific issue is phenomenal. Okay. Last but certainly not least, I got Daredevil 168 signed by Klaus Janson. And now you're thinking to yourself, that sounds like a pretty big deal. Well, it is, because it is the first appearance of Elektra. So yes, guys, this is the copy that I brought, and these are all the ones that I brought to get signed by him. So yes, I spent a lot of money on Klaus Janson autographs, but totally worth it. So yes, I got to talk to him about this as well. So I'm just going to kind of leave this up here while I'm talking. But yeah, guys, so like, Klaus Janson was super nice. Me and him really kind of bonded over our love of comics and our love of Daredevil specifically. And he was just super friendly, super nice, really funny too. Like, me and him were not really talking shit, but we were talking a little bit of shit about people who say that comics are dying and stuff, So he really just became someone who I talked to at the convention all 3 days. I talked to him at least a couple times a day, and because that's what he told me. He said, yo, if I don't have anyone at my booth, come on over, let's hang out, let's talk, I really think you're cool. So me and him got to kind of know each other really well, and I'm not gonna get into the specifics of what me and him talked about because it's very personal for me and him. So to respect his privacy and mine, we don't need to go into the specific details of all the things we talked about, but we talked a lot about comics, a lot about Daredevil, Frank Miller, how, those two kind of saved Daredevil because Daredevil was really on the verge of cancellation before they took over. So yeah, I got this signed, and then Klaus Janson, he told me to come back on Sunday, and he said that he had a gift for me, which was super unexpected, and I was just like, okay, that's weird. And he ended up giving me this totally for free. So he did a quick little. And I did have this. He said, do you have a blank sketch cover with you? And I said, yeah. He said, let me see it. And he puts it away, and he's like, I'm going to steal this. I'm like, okay, cool. You can have it. You can do what you want with it. And he's like, yeah, you'll get it back at some point. So he told me to come back on Sunday, and he did this for me. And it says on the bottom, it says Klaus Janson to Mac. Super awesome. So this literally made my entire trip. On Sunday, I got to pick this up from him and give him a quick handshake and just thank him once again. we had a really we had another really awesome conversation, even though it was quick because he was getting ready to head on out. And I wished him safe travels home, and he did the same. And then he asked me, he said, so when am I going to get to see my new friend Mac again? And I said, I'm not 100% sure. And he said, well, are you going to any of these upcoming cons? And he named a couple, and I said, I don't think so. And he said, well, that makes me a little bit sad, but will you be back at Heroes Con next year? And I said, I am absolutely planning on it. And he said, well, I will see you next year, if not sooner. So super awesome. He was super awesome. So yeah, guys, Klaus Janson is one of the nicest people you could ever meet. So enough rambling about comics, enough rambling about Klaus Janson. Guys, Heroes Con is the best convention to go to, and I mean that literally. Like, guys, I had such a fun time. Thank you guys once again for just giving, I especially want to thank Rick and Brad Mulchin of Resolute Bliss for allowing me to tag along, allowing me to help them at their booth. We were able to talk to numerous people about the amazing books that they have coming out. All will be linked below in the comments. So yeah, we had amazing stuff. We were really trying to get people interested in the Resolute Bliss publishing and how we're trying to, get, indie creators on board, and we're trying to help push independent stuff. So yeah, guys, all of those links for anything I talked about that I said I'd put a link in, especially Resolute Bliss. Now remember, Resolute Bliss currently has Paradox on Kickstarter for probably when this video goes up, it'll be less than a day. So definitely check that out, because yeah, you definitely need to check that out, because that is a really big deal. They're in the final hours of Paradox. It would mean the world to me if you would go ahead and back it. It would mean the world to them if you would go ahead and back it. But guys, yes, once again, I had an absolute blast at Heroes Con 2025, and I cannot wait to come back next year and do it again. As I like to say on this YouTube channel, even if you're not in Knoxville, I want you to feel like your family. When I say this, stay classy, Knoxville, I mean it. I don't care where you're from, but we're all here in Knoxville, so we say stay classy, Knoxville. But that applies to everyone. You're all part of the family. So say it one more time, stay classy, Knoxville.